But let's see if they can bash their head on the wall loud enough and strong enough to take this map and take this series. We're back with Sadicus and Moses as we jump into the pistol.
Thank you very much. Still down, dropping inside of B. He has Perfecto swinging around the backside of the site, as well as have Bit getting a shot from Arches. They've lost both those players, though. Just as I was going to say, they're in a good position. Suddenly, B-site becomes more of an opportunity. Electronic waiting. Simple gets the call that there's one toward bench, but his backside shows, and now he's forced to fight, forced to jump out. Nafany's got that shot, and there's a chance they can cover off window. They saw the player trying to get through. Problem being is that when they want to get inside, Nafany's got Simple down, and it's all on Boomage.
This is outrageous. This can't happen if you're NAVI. You have to start this map. You had this pistol round. It was a 5-on-2. Boomage left all alone to pick up the pieces. He's at least out, but he's been spotted. Nafany with a quad kill, and what an unlikely pistol round for Gambit to win.
That's actually pretty sick. The fact that they get two inside this site, and okay, you think, right, they traded those back, but you still have rotations already in place, electronics in there, and Nafany does such a great job. So the start in favor of Gambits, and yeah, just to go back, I think that crowd automation thing's kind of cool. I know this is a weird topic to go to right now, but yeah, it's obviously, we assume, done with the Steam linking of Twitch, because I saw my own logo in there, and I was like, wait a minute, I haven't done anything for this. So yeah, kind of cool. And Bebop got front row seats that he obviously paid millions for because he was there again at the end, so.
Way to go, Bebop!
Jason, yeah, I know, right? Jason, are you in there somewhere or what?
No, I'm not in there.
Nosebleeds?
Yeah, I must be way in the back. I got binoculars out. It's like a Wrigley Field. I got like a rooftop seat in the building over. Here we go.
Yeah, no, it is a cool way to. It's a cool way to do it, though. It's a cool way to involve everyone. That's why I was kind of admiring the way it was created.
Everyone gets to have some fun. Boomage with an opening kill. Equalizer found on a Simple 4-on-4, but weaponry definitely in the favor, obviously, of Gambit. Trying to use some utility to get out. Ooh, that's some good deagle shots from his teammate. Bit's able to finish it off. And Gambit is forced back, but we've seen them worm their way out of these situations before.
Well, no question that they have. Hobbit will get Boomage down, though. That'll put them in to a 3-on-3. So there you go, pulling themselves back already. Electronic waiting to cover off the connector by Triple, and he's got a good position to try and catch out Shiro, should he peek, considering Electronic as well, the one with the FAMAS. Flashed off, though. They can hear them coming. Hobbit. That's a good bait plant. Even though Inters gets the shot, if he commits to that, man, that could have gotten risky, gotten messy, but instead it's all onto Bit, and I think Bit's a little too far gone as he's over toward B. So it's Gambit that's going to go up 2-0, and you're right. Bit sticky at the start, but they pulled themselves off of it.
Yeah, Gambit gets real good and real dangerous in those 3-on-3s for sure. Hobbit with a double kill. He's having a good series as well. Inters and Shiro with 1 kill in the round each also. So 2-0 for Gambit to start Mirage. And this is a bit of a change-up from what we saw previously on the maps. Both of the two maps, all 4 halves that we've seen so far, generally started with NAVI out to really, really good beginnings. Really good runs to start them out. This seems to be Gambit grabbing control early, although it's only been 2 rounds. A chance still for NAVI to change that.
Start this one off by heading over toward B again with the bomb on the Gambit side. What are they, guys? It's a pretty simple boost, really.
Guys,
Bit finally gets put up on there. Yeah. Hello? Hello, goodbye. Axal's got the shot. Bit's got the kill. Or rather, is the one killed, excuse me. So we snapped the Perfecto, and he's down below with a knife in hand, really. Is he going to try that? Is he expecting someone's going to drop down right in front of him? Doesn't matter anyway, because they've already absolutely annihilated, assassinated, and opened up and procreated. In some ways, you could say, Jason, I'm not sure how, but I'm sure there's an argument for it. Inside of the B site, 3-0 for Gambit.
I respect the knife attempt, though. Just the thought I'm into. I like that he had the idea there. 3 kills for Bit, 1 on Boomich, 1 on Simple, and Simple's got the AWP coming into this first gun round. It's 5 on NAVI and 4 on Shiro to lead the way for Gambit. Here we go. Shiro's got an op. Simple has one as well. Shiro's op has been on point today. We saw some good opping from Simple on Dust 2. Obviously, naturally, Inferno, it fades a little bit. Not nearly as effective, but he was a menace on Dust 2 with it. And a big win for NAVI.
Electronics going to wait with a passive position to cover off from the underpass, and you can already see as we very accurately swap over and show you the positions that they've got Bits on Catwalk as well. It starts to work his way out, but everyone else is starting to rotate back around. Well, I say everyone else. NAVI and Exile are. They've got Shiro still holding inside of middle, so increasingly this looks like it could be an A, and Hobbit might be the one to play the lurk in this situation.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have 2 lurks. 1 top mid, Hobbit and underpass, and he'll pick and choose how aggressive he wants to be up towards connector. Meanwhile, 2 gonna be at A ramp and 1 at Palace. In fact, Hobbit wants to be involved in the hit, gonna get close behind the smoke. And he's ready and waiting for his moment to pounce.
Close indeed. Can't get it done, though. Swings out at Hobbit. Galil instead gets the headshot. They know he's weak, so they're trying to capitalize. Instead, though, they get Shiro, so they'll still have the information that Hobbit is extremely low as Exile taken out by Boomich, and finally they'll get Hobbit down as they jump back up into the window. Bomb gets planted. NAVI at the triple box will turn immediately from that and look to his obligation of holding off connector. But it is the advantage for NAVI, their best chance potentially to get back into this. However, there's no kits, so it's going to be a serious problem if they don't work inside of the site soon. And already the exchange goes down as NAVI takes out Simple, who could not find the shot in return. Boomich taps the bomb to try and bait some peeks, but it's a rotation through the mid window, and that means back to connector, and that means with a line of sight to the bomb, which now is accessible. And without the kit, NAVI's got an easy job of winning it out with 4 now for Gambit.
Yeah, quad kill. He's up to 9 so far in this map. That is excellent work. Good reposition after the bomb gets planted. Simple never expected it. Man, that's a tough retake. And again, it feels like some of the initial battles, or at least some of the early going, is in the favor of NAVI, and Gambit's just able to trade it and use all the information they get in deaths. Again, that's a 4-on-2 that slips away. Some early advantages for NAVI that they've let go of. Important to note as well, remember, different from our previous game today, if you've tuned in all day, last matchup between Spirit and K23 was a lower bracket match, so K23 was eliminated. The loser of this match isn't eliminated. They fall down to face Spirit tomorrow. They also have an extra disadvantage. The winning team is going to get a 1-0 start in the best-of-5 final, but they also don't have to play a best-of-3 just previous to it. So this match is
that's right,
pretty damn important.
It's a long day of Counter-Strike. You've got to win 7 maps.
Potentially,
You have to win 5 maps to win the day. You have to play, potentially, 7 maps. Very long day. You also get that luxury of knowing you've at least secured 2nd place in this RMR.
Yeah, that helps too.
Simple.
Helps in a big way.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah, I mean, Spirit's going to be trying its every way possible to get more points again. As we said, they've carried over the most, but give them 2nd place in this one, and you can almost guarantee that they're going to be at the majors. Perfecto, meanwhile, already pushed up inside of the apartments, has the Deagle to work with, and the kill to complement the Deagle. NAVI on 27 has to be very careful trying to take this position back, because that Deagle could absolutely punish him. Perfecto knows that gun is there. He's thinking about it. But he won't go for it right away because he has no idea what else lurks beyond the corner.
NAVI's hoping he's going to push for the gun.
You can see it. Yeah, he doesn't want to push that. Look at him. He's 27.
Yeah, no, he's hoping Perfecto grabs the gun and starts pushing so he can get an easy kill on the flank, because with that low HP, probably not going to be too useful if they get into an engagement in middle trying to make their way up Catwalk. And they're going to they kind of know that, they kind of assume that Perfecto is still going to be stuck in these halls.
Well, they'll figure that out now by going B, and that means NAVI will have more confidence to potentially come around the corner. The Molotov just to clear out the van, and Perfecto waiting, will get spotted and taken down by NAVI, so he put himself in a great position to capitalize, and Gambit, as a team, will eliminate him. But are they ready for Electronic to rotate back in? Because that gun was called down in the halls. If he can clear this single kill, he'll be able to get a rifle and potentially start to crack open the site, but I think they're going to position for exits instead. They're going to hold out on Catwalk. No one working back through. As you can see, the position on bench from Bits. Simple as well, watching window. And then, like I say, that halls. The bomb as well should push that gun down the hallway toward the bench. So Electronic should at least get an AK out of this.
Nah, bad news bears. NAVI picked up that AK.
Did he grab it and throw it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
He saved that bad boy.
Yeah.
So Electronic's going to get nothing.
Bad news bears.
5-0. 5-0. For Gambit, they're off to the paces. Off to the races? Off to the paces. Whatever.
The pace of the race.
Yeah, that works. All right. Another go of it with Simple having an AWP. M4s as well. Shiro also with an AWP still. But Navi's got to do something to start slowing down Gambit. Hobbit swinging out top mid. Pitt's going to go for aggression with the flashbang, and I think Hobbit might have felt the pressure coming. There might have been a tell or an indication. He backed away real quick.
Simple's not going to back away from anything with this AWP, and NAVI optimistically slides out toward the A site, and Simple will slide his dog tag into the pocket as he gets one kill in this round. Look for Exile. Thought he had the kill already on Boomich. Had to turn back. Could have been awkward. Instead, though, Bit's going to fight forward rather than turn around to take that kill because Electronic has him covered. Utility, my friend. Put it away. Get the gun back out, and Bit gets the double. Calm down, everyone. It's totally fine. As Hobbit finds himself in a 1-on-3, and I think NAVI might have found their first round because the bomb is down in the A site.
Navi's very lucky to get away with this round. There was some kind of miscommunication about who was keeping eyes on connector, who was keeping eyes on mid. Both players at top con by those stairs turned around to address the A attack and almost got doubled up. It was only Boomich to fall, but that very easily could have been both of them. And a good recovery. Double kill from Bit to keep it within striking distance, and Hobbit's been found out. Perfecto is trapped in CT spawn, and Hobbit's actually going to make the run. A predicted grenade does good damage. I don't know if Perfecto wants to actually peek and take that fight. He's just making sure Hobbit's still froze in that position, and it should be a save here. Hobbit can't do a whole lot more. Maybe go over towards Catwalk and see if someone's exposed in mid or in the A bomb site, but that's going to be it. That'll be the first round of the board for NAVI.
I don't know how Shiro doesn't turn and get that kill at Sandwich when the guy's holding utility and he's just killed your teammate. I would have thought there was a call there, but
there might have been.
Get this one.
You know, crazy things happen. Sometimes it doesn't always get through.
It's true. Right here, look at this. Bit's like, well, wait, Shiro didn't even look at it.
The call was also he's probably like stairs. You know, they might not have known he got headshotted, so like the vision might have faded before he saw him drop down into the cubby. Could be many things.
Bit leads the way on 6 kills, but NAVI has 10 overall, which is ridiculous. Good start from him. And he's going to go to work again with a bit of utility toward mid this round as well. Nade all the way up toward the palace. Nade as well into Simple. 63 HP left over for him. Double nades. Woo! He's out. Screw that. Because now if they get a smoke in there, they can boost as well. They'll get one nade back into mid to try and do some damage onto Hobbit, but it is inconsequential considering the damage that's been deployed on Simple. A Bit holding out on Catwalk. Did he see the shadow? No. So he's going to back away from that. Molotov goes out instead. NAVI now has a read. In fact, he's going to jump up on top of the fence. He could go either direction at this point if he wants to get inside of that mid window. Boomich holding out inside of the A site with Electronic to play off of. But it's Perfecto again, up by the bench. This time with a rifle, not just the deagle. This time, here's the second set of footsteps, but Inters has the kill clean. And Bit's left alone on Arch as they'll start to walk down inside of the apartment. Thankfully, Simple's already rotated over toward Checker. He gets one on the AWP, but one, Simple, hardly done. As Bit's gonna find Hobbit, it might be the round over. Instead, NAVI just getting into position on Catwalk, coming back through. Good movement to get onto position, to get up in the face of Bit, but he's ready for it. And it's Shiro left to basically wait this one out.
Yeah, another good round from Bit. The initial Catwalk defense also holding off and making sure nobody can drop and close the gap on Simple inside of the B bomb site. Second round for NAVI as Gambit attempts a split and is shut down. Good game so far. 5-2 in the favor of Gambit. Last buy in their hands as well. Out of money after this. Here comes top Catwalk smoke. Little plume, and Nathany's just going to throw a little bit of utility behind it and back away. Don't want to deal with any mid-aggression or mid-pressure. And that's going to give Electronic some courage to slink up towards the top of this ramp. Him and Simple with a crossfire. Pretty tough angle for Electronic, but we know he can pull it off.
Electronic. I love you guys, Twitch chat. Exile goes in, and it's Bit to be found. Perfecto once again in the B site, this time not aggressively in the halls, is going to play behind the bench. Nade goes out. Molotov in behind it, but he stands high and above, using it as elevation to elevate his aim and game to get two more, and Simple and Electronic close it out 5-3. NAVI continue this small comeback and try not this game even.
That's a good job from Perfecto. Bit was just rotating back, and he didn't even expect anyone to be jumping out of the window. Gets caught real hard with the shot to the face. But Perfecto, you're right. That angle on top of the bench, the second player in the halls didn't expect to have to take that engagement. And certainly the op didn't adjust quickly enough on Shiro. 3-5 as NAVI start closing the gap, and they finally force Gambit back to pistols.
Hobbit. And underneath with the deagle in hand. I like the skin of this one because it actually changes the look of the gun in terms of the actual physical textures on the barrel, but doesn't matter what barrel's on the gun if he can't hit the shots. Tries to desperately toward connector, but they'll back away and fall from the danger zone.
Danger zone!
I knew you were going to do it. I just left it there for you. The damage was done very slightly toward NAVI. Gambits and wants to walk back in with one defensive player in the form of Boomich on the site directly. Don't forget that Electronic is trying to rotate back out from the stairs, and it's Boomich and Bit finding all of the kills. Simple doesn't even need to shoot. He knows there's one in Palace, but he gets taken down by Electronic instead. And while Vendetta said it, cliche, broken record, whatever he wants to call himself, that they needed more fragging power from NAVI. It couldn't just be Simple. They're getting it now. Bit Perfecto, 7 and 9. In the opposite order, excuse me. Bit's actually on 9, and then Boomich up to 5 this time. Simple's not the one that has to lead the way.
Yeah, him and Electronic have been pretty quiet so far, which is just fine. You know, they can relax for a little bit. I'm sure they will have no problem stepping it up if need be later on in this game. AWP back in the hands of Shiro, and Gambit's going to take a second timeout. We saw them on Dust 2 a little bit panicked, use all 4 in the first half. They were getting absolutely battered. This isn't the same situation, but 2 timeouts in the first 10 rounds, pretty early to burn that second one. And NAVI are setting themselves up very nicely. Clean sweep in the last round, all 5 players survive. Before that, it was 4 players survive. And they're building up an economy that can last them pretty deep into the rest of this half. And we'll see what Gambit adjusts. NAVI, these past 2 or 3 rounds, have been pretty aggressive in middle. They've had those setups to make sure they control the mid-ramp and the top mid boxes, all the knowledge of what Gambit is doing in mid, whether it's going to be a slow play towards Khan or a play up Catwalk. They have that intel. And Gambit looks like they want to challenge it this round. 3 players coming mid. Hobbit's going to swing out. Ooh, Electronic. He does get one, but NAVI responds with 2 of his own. And that's one way to handle it.
It's one way. I mean, NAVI's multi-kills in this game are resounding. 13 now for him.
I think he had a quad kill in one of the gun rounds. He had a quad kill in the pistol round as well. Or at least a triple kill.
Yeah, he definitely had a quad kill on the round where he relocated from window to connector and killed the diffuser.
Yep.
When they didn't have the kits, so that one was definitely significant. Hobbit with 5 HP is going to drop down off of the A ledge and try and see if anyone's inside of the site, backed by Palms, but no one is. Meanwhile, the rest of his team will be positioning themselves to try and take B. And Perfecto on top of the truck actually gets the player in the form of NAVI behind Inters, who then gets a headshot on him. So they will get a trade that opens up some access to B, and Boomich has already made his presence known by tapping off from Catwalk, and he's going to fade from it.
You can see the mind game. He's so worried about a lurker. He's so worried about someone just waiting for a late flank. They've probably dealt with that so many times since this matchup has just repeatedly played. But without that kill, as he peeked up towards B hulls from Catwalk, him and Simple decide to save. Yeah, they've got a lot of money, but this would chew into it if they had to rebuy the AWP. So we're going to back off and let Gambit get to 6. It's just a 4-round run for Navi. They're not able to even things up. But good on Gambit. The adjustment to attack right into what Navi was doing and shut them down. Navi's going to have to think twice before they want to do that mid-pressure again.
So they back away from it despite that Boomich had a chance to try and strike before they dropped into the site. They make the economic call instead, and finally Gambit get around back, breaking the run of 4 from Navi. 2 timeouts in that 4 as well, which is, I guess, significant of the pace of this game, the intensity of this game. They're slowing it down a lot, trying to really pick each other apart, knowing that this map determines who gets the bye into the finals. That map in hand, like you say, they avoid a second best of 3 tomorrow in the morning, and obviously secure no worse than second place in this RMR, so there is lots in this game to be played for. Electronic flashback out in toward middle with the M4. He'll stay down below the smokes and even nades the corner just in case anyone is up close. But no one close enough to take any damage from that. And the smoke will cover Palace.
Okay, top con smoke. Simple and Electronic got a step in front of it. Still spread for Gambit. And this is a small fake towards the B bomb site, trying to make it look like it potentially is a split up. Catwalk, good find from Electronic. NAVI just slowly lurking in. Bomb is coming back towards A, so is Exile. So this fake towards the B bomb site, you've got Bit and Perfecto already staring up into the halls. They know it's absolutely nothing. All down to Boomich, Electronic, and Simple at A.
Simple wants to hold it back in underneath of the palm position, but that's very vulnerable, very open from multiple angles. Hobbit, just aggressive, just straight in. Needs to take some map control, and he'll get it, but Simple is able to swing back out. The double position at jungle allows them to get away with that, and he tries to find more, but Exile ready takes him down with a headshot immediately. He looked low, not on the ledge.
Oh, no.
And Bit flashed off, is gonna get caught because he could not get through the doorway. Boomich, this Molotov. Thankfully, his teammate's going to extinguish that, but that reveals there's 2 in that position, and they're trying to play the angle. Shiro's got the shot instead, and Shiro's going to go back shortly to close it out. Can't quite hit it. Careful with the jump, but Boomich on the dump is going to run away. Swaps out the AK for M4. No, excuse me. It was going to be M4. He's either way, done in this round. Didn't want to reload. Just leaves.
And Navi with that advantage.
Find number 7.
Yeah, Navi decided they elected to play retake at that A bomb site with the man advantage, and Exile is able to sneak into connector and just deny any position of safety to wait for that retake. Finds Electronic, but Simple in an awkward position. Player on Catwalk as well. None of them had access to actually begin that retake. Really, really well done. Excuse me, it was Hobbit who found Electronic, but Exile still denying any opportunity for it. Gambit coming back into this real strong. Started to chip into the money that Navi's built up. I think one more buy for Navi, and then that's it. And Gambit might be able to find a big first half in this series.
So a slight lead of 3 rounds and a potential to win the statistical score of the first half. Not that that means necessarily anything. Shot from Simple, perfect to take down Hobbit, no utility. They wanted to go for the straight face, and finally Simple's gonna have something to fire at and get this AWP potentially going in the map. As they Molotov in toward Connector, we snap over and catch Boomich going 1 for 1 as NAVI puts him back down after Shiro was lost. Lost but not forgotten. However, it's the man advantage for Na'Vi as a result, and Simple on the AWP is definitely trying to see what else will happen on the A site. There's still a presence there as NAVI with the AWP picked up is going to try and get in position. Is flashed out, tries to go for the shot, and he will. He'll get electronic through the smoke. That brings it level. Smoke as well to be deployed toward the top of jungle. Simple has to swing out. No one inside a palace, but there is a late lurk in mid, and that could be a huge problem if Bit's not able to spot it, but he does. Now Simple knows he's got confidence to be aggressive, and he'll do exactly that as NAVI gets taken down by the no-scope. Inter's running the bomb to B in a desperate attempt, but he actually slows his own pace down.
He's slowing down. I think he might think that he has a 1v1 here. He doesn't want to give away the game. There's still 45 seconds left, and Na'Vi haven't caught on to this possibility. Bit is going to be coming from behind, so Navi's more than content to play it passively and let him have this plant. They want to ensure they're able to put themselves in the best position possible for the 3v1. That's going to give Inter some space, though, to get the plant and move out, all depending on how long he takes, because Bit is actually closing in pretty quickly through these B holes.
Molotov thrown toward Checker, though, but as you say, Bit was already pushing up with this information. Did you spot him? No, he didn't. Wow, Inters didn't see that at all, and Bit's got an easy shot. I think he still would have had to have a pretty fast reaction to get the shot in return. Then they'll wait to get the defuse because they're just looking around for extra utility, guns, whatever the case may be. There is... Perfecto's the player on A. Sorry, I was going to say, there's an AK right there, but they won't get it. They will now. Perfecto's found one of his own, and they should get the call to go ahead and get the defuse done. This is one of those situations where if they had more money built up, like Simple's got head armor already, and he has 4750, he could almost grab the AK just to get 3 AKs on the CT side and then buy out an AWP again, but it's not worth it without a cushion of cash.
Yeah, no, certainly not ready. Certainly not with 3 rounds remaining in this half. that would hurt. What are they going to do this round? Simple. Heading towards window room. Hoping someone's going to pop up before the smoke plumes, and it's not to be. Deep nade actually does pretty decent damage, and Gambit has called a catwalk hit. They've called a B-split right out of the gates. A rare miss from Simple as well. Oh, Bit's got a lot to do. That miss might have ruined everything. NAVI is creeping up catwalk, and he's stopped, thankfully. But Simple knows what's coming. He's already rotated over to market. He's already there to help out at this B-bomb site.
This position. He looks high, Bit. He considered it, but it was NAVI that had the upper hand. And now they'll wrap around. Missed shots from Perfecto. NAVI's doubled up. He might be blind. And he might be at 21 HP, but he's done a tremendous job. Simple's missed a shot as well, and it's misses that will cost them as Gambit bust into the B site. Boomich will have to ramp back around toward catwalk, and still, they have that ladder position. Hobbit's going to go out aggressively. Shiro's behind it, so even though Hobbit goes down, Shiro, ooh, okay. Evasive maneuvers from Boomich as he falls off the ledge, but they're going to fall away from the round and save their weapons as we go now 8 rounds for Gambit.
Oh, that one really hurts. I think the idea that it felt like they knew what was coming. Like Simple saw by the nades that were being utilized that it was likely being set up to be a split towards that B bomb site. That miss on catwalk really, really hurts, but even the follow-up, everything went wrong there for Na'Vi. Simple rotates to B, so they put Perfecto to join Bit on catwalk and send Bit to be aggressive, hoping he'll maybe go 1 for 1, and they'll have that safety net there behind him of Perfecto. And man, that just did not work out. Between the miss, between Bit going down for free, Na'Vi didn't have anything successful in the round. 8-5.
And the last 2 rounds of the first half with the spotlight on Na'Vi to try and keep this as close as possible with their potentially last buy just now. In fact, Boomich left with just the Deagle. relegated to that weapon. As Simple has the AWP once more, but this time he's going to be over toward B. And Perfecto was doing such a great job early in the half of holding that position off. They've obviously decided it's a point of weakness and need to fortify it with the sniper rifle, as Boomich with the Deagle will hold way back at Ticket. So long shots looking to come out of the pistol. And it may be required as well, Jason, based on the positioning right now from Gambit.
Yeah, which isn't going to make Navi too happy. You have Simple in position on the van with the AWP, so you have two options. You rotate Perfecto off, or you do what they're doing, which is have Perfecto start pushing with this cover so that Simple can go elsewhere eventually. But you have two players now covering those B hulls and towards Catwalk. And this hit is nowhere near that bomb site. Navi's resources need to get into a better position. They're slowly being constricted upon as Nafany turns the corner. Good peek from Electronic. That's a tough angle to deal with.
Bit's gonna try and force the issue as well to help Boomich out with that Deagle. He comes out and spams a few shots speculatively toward A main, and they both go down. It was supposed to be distracting, and that they wouldn't spot the inside of the site. The second man close up, and Electronic has to wait on the backside of the smoke as Perfecto works his way in from CT, but look at the amount of fire. That one went a little deep to hold him off. That one went too deep. Simple's got one, he's traded back out. Electronic holds the position. Perfecto, he's inside of those flames, and he's got angle, he's got room, and he's got the shot onto Exile. Enters now in a 1-on-2 to try and get back in position. Kit for Electronic. Perfecto doing everything he can to try and pull him out. They think he's deep. They don't know that he's sandwiched, but the response is perfect, and Perfecto's aim snaps over to find round number 6.
Those entries were so clean. I actually thought that round was going to be lost when Bit and Boomich went down because Bit looked really uncomfortable playing at that default plant spot. He looked like he knew he was taking up space that Boomich was going to need to get away from the Molotov. And that second guess made him an easy target as they came swinging out of Palace. Good on Navi for bringing that one back. Yeah, stressful for both the teams. 8-6, last round of the first half. Navi's bye not looking too bad. Gambit have Nafany stuck down on a Deagle. It's 17 kills from Nafany. He has been the powerhouse of this 8-round T-half so far.
Simple holding with the sliver gap to watch at the B apartments. You'll see the cross. Spots one. Exile walking out in that direction. Simple even looking to try and get the wall shot as he aims in. Not going to fire the trigger too soon. Doesn't want to reveal his position, but the smoke will be down. And he's not done there. All right, cool. Thanks, man. I'll just move up.
Steps up like only Simple would. He's got some space.
That
He's
flex.
he's got Bit and ladder room as well to help out. Even Perfecto's playing close to ladder room, so they're more than content with this kind of a setup to play a bit more of a retake style at the B bomb site because Perfecto can crunch onto Catwalk if it's needed. Tronic timing peak is great. Nafany's just jumping up. First kill on the board. Bomb is headed towards the B bomb site as well.
Shiro working his way back in toward middle, but it's still over toward B that we have to watch. Shiro even heading this direction by way of the underpass. Perfecto to hold it. He's got the first on to Hobbit. Perfection, the enemy of progress, and he wants to deny any progress toward that bomb by the way of Gambit, but Exile's got the shot in return, and Bit has to trade it back. That allows Electronic back inside of the site. It's all down to Inters to close the half, and unfortunately, Inters is out of time. This round goes to Navi, and we will have an 8-7 split when we swap over.
That's a really nice recovery there from Navi, right at the end as well. Bringing it as close as they possibly could. And Gambit might be a bit frustrated. They had some chances there at the end of the half, and Navi able to just snatch him away. All right, 8-7 in this third and deciding map, and we're going to get a pause real quick for a tech issue, a little bit of internet struggles. Yeah, it's crazy, Matt.
Nafany's score compared to the rest of the team.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I mean, it's a great team effort to get 8 rounds on the board for Gambit, but they're gonna need more than that in the second half, you know. And I mean, certainly they're gonna have other players climb up, but yeah, that's not a one-man army, but that's a huge impact for just one player. 17 kills. Next closest on his team is at 8. That's Exile and Hobbit tied at 8. For Navi, it's Bit at 12, Perfecto at 11. It's the young guys leading the way, but 9, 8, 7 on Electronic, Simple, and Boomich.
So we should be back underway any second. Looks like. All right, so Boomich is still waiting to call this back. Haven't seen any update, actually. I heard a chat noise toggled in the server, but that was just the config letting us know about the timeout, not anyone typing. ADR, 124 for Nafany. That's a super impressive scoreline. And you're right, there was other contribution. Don't get me wrong. The 8 kills, Exile had some multis, Hobbit again. Definitely getting some things going and opening up some sites, but Nafany was just absolutely unstoppable at times.
He was a beast.
What kind of beast would he be?
That's a really good question.
Saber-toothed tiger?
Yeah, we could go with that. That's
Spider monkey?
I don't think that's really counts as a beast, does it?
Drop,
not in the same
drop
vein.
bear?
Okay, drop bear's good. Regular bear would be fine. Black bear attacks are on the rise these days, Matt. There's some weird shit going down.
Yeah, just don't get in the way of the cub. Don't get in between the cub and the mother. Black bears are not that scary, really, otherwise. They're pretty skittish. We have quite a few around here. I don't see them when I'm biking, thankfully. Not in the areas I bike, but there's been a lot of encounters.
Becoming
Hobbit's
aggressive.
Waiting
They're
as
learning.
he sees the smoke over top of A. He's going to get pushed off this, Jason.
Yeah, he really is. That's what happens when you get shot in the face. So, 5-on-5 retake scenario. Shiro blinded up, but still gets the kill. Bit falls down. Oh, and more coming. Simple's gonna try and respond. That's all the way from Palace. Boomich hiding, ready and waiting. There's the pounce. There's the shot. 3-on-3. And Simple still peeking out for more. Looking towards triple boxes. Enters. No one committed yet from Gambit side of things, and here we go. Tap onto the bomb, but Simple's got that with quick efficiency. And that's going to be the signal to back away for Gambit. They can no longer win. Kit's on the ground.
Kid is on the ground. Hobbit trying to do what he can against Boomich just to take him down, but he will get killed off just like the rest of his team, with the exception of Exile. Someone says he's a man, bear, pig, Jason, and I don't mind that. That's a reasonable
That's a good
one.
reference. Yeah, that's a really good reference.
But Bit, 12 kills now, leads the way as he gets onto the second half. Look at Simple shot. P250 from that range, just brilliantly perfect as he nails down Inters as well. And 8-8. Navi respond by getting the second half pistol, because remember, they won both pistols on Inferno. They actually won 11-0 in terms of converting those pistols, but still lost out the map when the guns started to come up from Gambit. So this time they have a chance to try and respond. And this series can go either direction. This is the map that Navi stole from Gambit in the last time they played in the group stages, and they want to try and do it again. Inters has others' ideas as he nearly finds the second headshot as well onto Electronic coming around the corner, but hold on. Smoke down. I think this one's already over.
Yep, they're just going to save the weapons and try again. I like the pacing from Navi, not messing around, not going slow, and giving an opportunity for a scout or a Deagles to get some random headshot out of nowhere. Taking matters into their own hands. 1 kill and the round's over. So time for Gambit to, it looks like they're going to try and set up some exit positions to grab a few kills right at the end. Shiro coming up the stairs. Hobbit can push into the B-halls as well. Ooh, and they're going to have a chance. They could take a lot of guns away from Navi, who's surely just going to stop into this kitchen. Oh, there's one. Shiro drops him. They need to push forward for Electronic. Good trades. And somehow none of these kills go the way of Gambit.
Nafany has to just concede, look for an exit kill. They're going to peek him, and Simple gets him down as well. CT side, not a worry about the money not going his way, but it still sends a message. It still shows business, a bit of teeth coming out from Navi. And Electronic Definitely showing off some access to the B site. Good aggression as well as they come back around having the bomb already down. They definitely take no prisoners and they take the lead in the game. So now we've got to sit and wait for the money on Gambit's side because CT side losing the first two. NAVI just needs to make sure they don't make any mistakes on this round and we should have a 10-8 game.
Oh, that's a great pop flash. That's a great push as well. Simple's got to be careful. He's here alone, and that's a valuable weapon. It does get taken away. That opens up some opportunity. The bomb is in T-spawn. Boomich with one, although he's shanked. Down to 45 HP. And NAVI need to find an escape route. They need to pick somewhere to go. Electronic, gonna go investigating. But there's a lot of weapons picked up and salvaged for the Gambit side. I think this kill might do it. That might be the kill. That might be the signal that the B bomb site is open and devoid of defense.
Well, that means Electronic can even lurk this and hold the last two remaining players on this side of the map. In fact, it might just come to kills as he finds Exile. Works out as well, and Shiro standing on top of Ticket. Gun picked up. Some economic damage done, which is not the worst thing in the world, but bomb planted around at this point, surely too far gone, and they know that he's on CT. Look at Boomich even sneaking up thinking, yeah, I got a Mag 10. I'll take that. I'll take a little bit of money, and he'll do exactly as intended.
That's brilliant from Electronic. Not being too aggressive. You're right. Just staying up in Palace and realizing they're going to have to move eventually to get into some safety. And then just freezing that final player. But boy, was that dangerous. Two weapons passed over. That could have been an absolute nightmare. Boomich getting away with one. And then finding the rotating kill. 10-8. 2-round lead for NAVI. The lead they grabbed in the previous round is their first of this third map. And now all of NAVI in double digits for fragging.
Tactical timeout number 1 for NAVI used in this game, and interestingly done. Despite having the lead, it's the right time because they know that they're going up against the first gun round of Gambit, and they have a real chance to make this a 5-0 start to the half. Put the pressure on Gambit. And they know that there's very likely to be the AWP out for Shiro, and he's going to go straight toward middle. No blocking of the smoke. Timing on the shots? Not quite right. Boomich not only was above the crosshair placement, but he was ahead of it as well. That means he can get toward middle, but Exile immediately sneaks back out and finds him on the M4. Enters, flashed, holding off, and Exile has to rotate back around. They knew he was pushed out. They knew that means there was only one inside of B, and there was a chance, but what a hold from Gambit. Electronic at least gets down toward the van, but he's got 1 HP. And Simple might have it all to do here against 4. He starts it off using his teammates to help get him inside of the site. Electronic may fall, but he gets the 1 kill in return. Still has the ball because, you know, Nafany's behind him. Absolutely not. Nafany just barely got by before Simple checked it.
Yeah, Nafany's a sneaky little player, isn't he? He could have even just turned that corner and gone right at Simple, which would have given a chance for Simple to turn and have a fair fight, but just sneaks into that corner. That's tough. 3 players survived for Gambit, so it's not really the economic damage NAVI would have wanted in a loss like that, but they still have plenty of money for another bout. AWP in the hands of Simple, and utility being picked up also. 3 players towards the A bomb site right out of the gate. Simple's going to go for a pick at A ramp. He's hoping somebody's going to be crossing along that wall, and he's going to be smoked off and just give it up immediately.
Perfecto to the underpass. So Gambit with a good response and NAVI back on the purchasing. But, as you can see, that scraped Electronic sticker on this skin. They'll still have the AKs, and this will be the last round they potentially have them if they're not careful. Hobbit close up, wanted to use that very small radius gap in the smoke at the bottom corner, and he does. Bit goes back into it, and Hobbit reads it perfectly, hears it as well, and falls to Shadow, and I expect they'll anticipate his positioning to be as such, so they'll eventually clear it, not using utility, not spraying through the top, but by Boomich bypassing Shiro and getting to Sandwich, and look how focused Shiro is on that position, but yet still can't spot him. And Boomich gets back out to Tetris. I don't think Shiro's even aware. He's still staring there.
Yeah,
He's distracted and occupied.
This is weird, though. The only utility that NAVI has is on Perfecto, so they need Simple to open it up, being aggressive with the AWP. There's no smokes, there's no Molotovs, but there's just the op. That is brilliant. NAVI gonna find an 11th.
God, you love that. Simple just crawling back in, knowing that Shiro's got to be back there somewhere, and Boomich was already in that position. It looked tentative, but man, oh man, that right eye of Simple.
I was so worried when I looked around, and there's no smokes for any cross, there's no Molotov, there's no flashbangs to even make a desperate leap for the cross. It had to be Simple stepping up with the AWP, or else they were in trouble. And of course, he delivers for him. NAVI gonna get up to 11. And more importantly, they might get an easier round next against Gambit, who's gonna be a little bit busted in terms of what they can actually bring to bear to fight back.
Bomb explodes. Navi takes the round. Inters keeps his gun, but we now have a 2-round buffer for Navi. That one gun saved. It's got to be Deagle's, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna bring something to fight with, right? It can't be rifles. Deagle and armor on Exile, the M4 that Inter saved. Shiro Deagle no armor because he wants the AWP, and as C said, without armor on Hobbit as well. $11 to 9.
Couple of shots toward the sights. Saw, I think, both players that are pushed up, so he gets the first. Has to reload. Thankfully, Exile not able to peek on the back of that. Electronic keeps him in place with a flashbang, and now Bit will get the shot. Goes down to 15, but finds 2 kills, and the other kill in the round was by Perfecto at mid.
Yeah, he burned someone out in the window. Couldn't get out of the flames, Matt.
It's tragic, actually, when you phrase it like that.
It's a terrifying way to go.
What is the difference between mid and meat? Do you remember that one with Pasha and Shroud playing together?
I do not.
not.
My brain has selectively chosen to delete that from my memory.
Okay, well, he thought mid and meat, as in like meet the food or meet the person, were all the same word, just based on his accent. It was kind of at the same time.
That's
but
nice.
It's okay, gentlemen's for Navi this round, as they'll go 12 to 9.
Here we go. Gambit get a chance to fight back. 5 to 1 in this second half in the favor of Navi. Again, really, really good start in the half. Can they complete it? Same story on Dust 2. Good start. Rough finishes. Navi need a complete picture in this half to take this series and head into the finals with a 1-map advantage.
So pressure on Gambit as Exile holds on Catwalk. Smoke will fade away. Hobbit the only one directly inside of the A site at this point because there's so much pressure on mid. And Nafany needs to get a call quickly. But Exile's gone off this. They're both actually watching Underpass. This is a problem. That run boost, that had to be a miscommunication. Exile left them wide open. No one was actually looking at boxes. Everyone staring with their backs exposed, and the run boost was perfect because Nafany couldn't do anything about it. He heard it coming late and turned and went down immediately. Inters, meanwhile, over toward the B apartments is going to try and push back and make something work in their favor because they've already gone down that man. Electronic is the one heading that direction. Bomb as well is also over here, so he peeks out. If he actually gets the kill fast enough, I was going to say he might spot both of them as well as the bomb, but instead he falls back. We just barely saw him being spotted out as he did so, but meanwhile, it's over toward A, where Bit is progressing forward and further into the site where Exile waits, but he only gets the one. There's 2 there. He doesn't know there's 2 there. Hobbit, he's aware that he's gotten around behind him and sneaks out for Firebox. They'll try and set the crossfire. Perfecto will eventually go down. Bomb, meanwhile, though, is coming back through Connector, and Bit is trying to do what he can to hold it. Shiro. AWP can't do anything through default, even tries to spam the edge of it. That gives Hobbit a chance to try and shoot as well. Shiro's got Boomich at least. There has to be a third man in this, but where is Inters? He's taken so long to get in position, but now he will. And surely Bit's found by it, drops him immediately, and they have to deal with Simple, who's out toward middle. He's got the first already, and it's an op versus op. Shiro the hero versus Simple the absolute slasher, and he's going to try and come back around through as he baits out the barrel, trying to get Shiro closer to his position, trying to just buy time. And Shiro, he's gone for it, but won't commit to it. And he's still trying to get Simple to peek. He can't, he won't, he gives it up. It's a battle of wits, and Simple comes out on top.
Oh, and Simple even goes hunting for it at the end. Of course he does, but what a masterfully played one-on-one with another really talented opper. Shiro, unfortunately, getting outplayed there in the time of the bomb. An opponent as well. I don't know if that was a miscommunication in mid. It very well might have been. This could also be NAVI listening for a flashbang and using that as his cue to turn around. Obviously extremely risky, and obviously it doesn't pay off here. I'll tell you what, though. I'm starting to like Bit more and more. He had a really chaotic and hectic role to play in that A bomb site. He was stuck between a rock and a hard place for so long, not knowing where the next engagement was going to come from, but his positioning was so important, and the fact that he doesn't panic and push into an ill-advised fight is huge. He holds on so well. 18 kills for Bit, leading the way for NAVI, and they've got a 4-round lead.
Four-round lead, and NAVI might get redemption for the last 3 series these two teams have played. I'm loving this rivalry. I want it on land, Jason.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
I want it on land, somewhere in the CIS region with a live audience.
Ooh, that'd be spicy. I wonder, I have to imagine Gambit as an organization has the fan base to back that up too against NAVI.
Yeah, that's the thing, because NAVI is obviously the larger brand between the two, given their Dota team's success, the start of
Old school League of Legends,
the international runs. Yep, League of Legends, and then obviously in Counter-Strike they've been around forever. But I think Gambit's growing on a lot of people, and I think there's enough. I don't want to say anti-fans, but like people that don't want NAVI to win. You know what I mean? People are fans of other teams that would probably rally behind Gambit.
Here we go. Pop flash through the smoke. Set pieces in. First kill goes to Exile, and he gets another one onto it. The multi-kill is there, but only for 2. Exile now stuck into Palace, and NAVI shows up at just the perfect moment. It's all on Boomich, and he's got the bomb. He can sneak away. He's only got Inters to deal with at this B bomb site. Lurking in market, and a good timing is going to be found, and Boomich not going to be able to get this plant. He's going to die instead. 13-10, Gambit is still alive.
Still alive and into double digits. So NAVI not out of the woods just yet. They'll slow things down. Their purchase should be pretty strong. Simple's got 8750. Yeah, Boomich has 72, so they'll be fine in that regard. Second tactical timeout used by them, though, as we see Boomich talking about what might work better for him.
I like that they're using one now as well. Like, if you're NAVI, I feel like you can burn these as much as you want as long as you get the victory in the end. And they want to make sure.
Risky from Simple, having that drink that close to his keyboard. Carry on.
I didn't notice. How close was it? Inches?
Close enough, Jason.
Yeah. That's fair.
I noticed he was smartly using a straw, though, right? So he doesn't have to, like, smoke it and send it flying. But look, better him than me as I reach over for my drink that's right beside my keyboard. Okay, I'll stop talking.
Already had a tech pause for 1 spilled drink today. We don't need 2. Simple with the op again. Gonna go take that peek up a ramp. And not gonna see anything. No one's running along the wall, along the bench, and he's smoked off. Top cat smoke and con smoke. As Exile and NAVI get aggressive in Catwalk and Connector and see that mid is clear for the moment.
Execution to come in as Electronic wants to bounce the Molotov down. Smoke jungle, smoke CT, smoke on stairs. Hobbit goes forward with his smoke to try and hold off as we glance toward the apartment position. Meanwhile, Perfecto lurking out from middle is going to try and get inside of Connector and clear for Navi. Has to be aware of Shiro's position on the cap, but watch out, Hobbit. Not checked, able to get one. Sees the second one up close. He'll make that call as Nafi's able to take out Electronic. It's Exile to add to this as Boomich now has to wrap around. He might. They know he's there, but Perfecto got the kill to give him the space to do it, and we still, despite being down a man, have a chance to pull back into this bomb. Not with Shiro on the case. He's got the bomb well in his sights, and Boomich falls to his AWP as well. It's all on Perfecto. I'm not sure he's going to be aware that Shiro switched over to the rifle and wants to get aggressive. He'll drop down. That'll make noise. You thought that AK lineup was there, but Shiro gets the shot instead, and we're 2 rounds apart.
What a pounce from Gambit. A passive defense outside of Hobbit's position was the most aggressive, and Gambit just lets Navi get into the bomb site all the way towards the plant spot, and they all come through the smoke, and they all fight. Hobbit peeks out. Nafany gets to the top of the stairs. Meanwhile, the Palace players who are supposed to be covering that peak are looking towards the bomb site as well. A little bit of mistake in the coverage there for Navi's attack. And Gambit pull another one away, and that forces Navi onto just pistols. No plant, no bonus money, and now Gambit have strung 2 together. And surely not, Matt. Surely this isn't it. Navi on Dust 2. Excuse me, Navi on Inferno. Good starts and couldn't finish. Again here in the second half, 6-1 run. And now Gambit's fighting back, and they might just be able to take control away again.
Hobbit gets simple down. You're right. It might just be so close and yet so far for Navi. In this game, a lot more back and forth than the other two. We heard them say it on the desk. It was just streaking rounds together. Very different situation now. Bits. We try and put that Deagle to work. Sneaking up, I think he's going to be spotted. Yep, he is. No shot, though, that lands. Hobbit finally will tap with the AK. That'll do. Perfecto going to try and go the same position and sneak up and maybe go undetected or get the shot instead, but Hobbit's already jumped down and he's moving out. He'll check it right now. Good read by Perfecto to know that he was going to peek from that angle, but still it won't matter. Hobbit has the kill. And here we go. 1-round game.
Yeah, of course. Wouldn't have it any other way on this third map. Well, Nafany started, he's what, 21-17 now, so still leading the way, but the rest of his team is catching up, as we said it would likely do in the second half. Everyone on Gambit in double digits now as they've closed the gap on that scoreline to their top fragger. Boomich gonna cross the top mid, and Shiro misses a shot that he'll probably hit 9 out of 10 times.
Probably, but not this time around. As the exchange at the bottom middle from Bit starts to work in both directions. Grenade goes down and Bit's scratched by that, and so is Perfecto. They'll actually be pushed out of this corner. Bit's got to run back down into the underpass. Doesn't want to burn, but knowing that that's revealed his position as he has to run, he'll throw a Molotov back up into the window himself and make sure that he's not caught out in exchange. Nice find, though. Exile to get Bit down. Finally, the CTs get the start they need. Gambit back into the advantage and doubling up as Nafany will get Boomich. Perfecto. It's a catwalk. Bomb's already in B. Electronic's already on the floor. They'll have heard him jump down. They might have problems now as well because the bomb... Okay, it did fall into the position that Electronic can recover it, but he's got bigger issues to worry about in a 1-on-4, and Gambit have tied the game.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Oh, you can almost feel it just slipping out of their grasp. It's 4 straight for Gambit. And Navi didn't even have a step, didn't even have a chance in that round. Only 1 kill on the past 2 rounds for this Navi attack, and another timeout taken. Their 3rd timeout taken as the lead has dwindled. The advantage has dwindled. And this is a round as well. Navi's going to have to drop down. They do have the full losing bonus, but no access to the site. No plant means they can't buy the rifles. So light armor and pistols coming in for the Navi attack.
So we'll see what they can come up with this time. But money's starting to be the issue. The 4 rounds in a row now for Gambit have all come to kills. Bomb plants non-existent now for Navi after starting out 6-1 in this half. And away we go. Straight back into it. And it's Tech9s with 1 P250, and it's aggression. They've kept their money high so that they'll be able to get a full buy in the next round. Simple's got 3350 already, so count on the fact that an AWP will come out, but they might be playing from behind by the time we arrive there.
That's why he's lurking. He's got no armor. It's going to be an execute. It's going to be a set piece on the A bomb site. They're going to try and create some chaos, and any kill that the other 4 can get is huge because that'll pull NAVI and Shiro's attention towards the A bomb site. That might allow Simple to slip in, and he actually might go early. He knows they're all in jungle now.
Simple's waiting for his opportunity to strike. The execution goes in. Boomich. He's got all the way to CT, but Hobbit was aware that he was there, and nearly he had a chance to find potentially too if he had kept going forward, but that was their best position so far. Perfecto still forward enough to keep them pushed back. Can they get the bomb down? They have at least done that. It'll give them a bit more to work with. But still, they have a chance to try and make this work. Simple, you said it on the lurk, doesn't have the armor. Smoke down, that should mean the end of it. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything as they try to get on the defuse. They go to the safe side of it. They even body block the position so that they can hold it all the way through, and they'll do exactly that to get both kills. And Gambit do have the lead indeed.
Yeah, a good call from Gambit. Again, you have 4 rounds in a row. You know the loss bonus is at its highest, and you know that it's not going to matter if they get the plan or not. Next round's going to be a buy no matter what. Gambit falls away so far from all the danger. They fall away so deep at the bottom of the stairs in CT spawn, so deep away from window and jungle. So no chance for Simple and Electronic to really get anything going that's going to help them turn the round in their favor. 14-13. Similar setup to start. 4 players at the A bomb site. Perfecto, excuse me, outside the A bomb site. Perfecto's over at B, setting up smokes to apply some pressure to the B bomb site. Not a fake, just keeping a player there for the moment. This is all going to be on the Halls prop. Oh, and the Molotov splits them. Electronic's the only player out. He's gone down for free. Hobbit's in an engagement. Eventually traded off, and Boomich has made his way all the way in.
Difference this time going all the way in is that he has a gun to go with, and they have CT possession in theirs as bomb goes down again. Exile, that's a collateral as he takes out Simple and finds Boomich immediately after, and the Molotov's going to be thrown by Bit because now they suddenly have to hold on, and Exile tagged up by that Molotov will fall down to 29. The round looks so good until the multi-master finds one more. Perfecto through the smoke. Knows NAVI's up close, saw the trajectory of that smoke, but hasn't actually committed to walking all the way through because they could still fall back. Bit, meanwhile, is going to work, and he'll find 2. That's the exact cue that Perfecto needed. Tie game yet again.
That's phenomenal stuff. I want to see Bit's perspective. They must have lined up for him in such a nice way. Man, Navi's so lucky to get that plant down. Imagine that. Simple is spammed to 1 HP while he's planting. If he goes down, completely different situation, completely different round.
And I called collateral. We're going to see Bits. Okay, they lined up perfectly for him. That's foolish. I called collateral from CT. I think he actually may have snapped over because the wall bang came in first, not second on the kill feed. But still, that's as close as you like.
It might have been a wall bang through a body. Hold the thought, aggression at Halls. I don't think Electronic has had to deal with this yet, and Shiro's going to scope in and maybe just give it up. Electronic going to crouch right into it.
That's a pretty solid kill to get, but unfortunately it's not for free as NAVI was lost in connector. That's going to give a bit more control of mid to NAVI. The overtime point on the line. And either team doesn't have a ton of cash residually left over. You might argue if NAVI gets a plant, they're in the better position even if they lose than Gambit would be if they lose this round. So keep an eye on that bomb as it's going to head its way back over toward the A site. Perfecto to smoke in.
I want to know what Boomich's role is. I think he's just ready and waiting. This is going to be a fake at the A bomb site. NAVI has prioritized it the last 2 rounds. Exile could spot Simple, though. Could ruin everything. Oh, no. Oh, they both hear each other. Oh, this is so awkward. And that's the bomb. Simple's got to be so careful. It's all down to this engagement, it feels. 28 seconds of the clock as well. Boomich has dropped down, trying to come middle to help Simple, but Hobbit was still in the bomb site. Navi is stuck in no man's land.
Simple even checks it because he heard him. But down he goes, and Axile gets bit as well, who was called over to try and support it. You're right, that got awkward in a hurry, and Axile finds the kill that might just find this game because the plant never occurs. 6,900 on Bit, 5450 for Simple. They'll force in with everything they have.
Oh, that's wild. I kind of liked the idea from Navi, but Gambit was aggressive in middle. They wanted information. They wanted to know what was coming, and an awkward timing for Axile and Simple means they can hear each other but not actually engage each other. And way too risky for each one of them to commit and overextend for that fight. And because Simple had the bomb, that means Navi was just frozen. They couldn't go anywhere. There's no good solution to that kind of a problem. Now round 30. Gambit's got one chance and one chance only to close it out.
I mean, I guess the tension between the two, if you're Simple and you know time's against you, maybe you just run it and try and bait him into peeking you, but it's
such a long way at that point.
You're damned if you don't. Yeah.
It's a long route to run, which means the rest of Gambit has a chance to get there in time. Brutal. We'll see what they have in store here. Boomich towards middle. 4 players. Navi have really consolidated themselves tactically. Way more grouped up in these last 4 or 5 rounds of the match.
Smoke down in window as NAVI tries to spray back through and hit the boxes, but Boomich is going to sneak past those smokes and actually get onto Catwalk. Didn't spot the player at the top side of Connector because there was a smoke down, and he's already in. He's already in indeed and finds Axile. He can't get to this time, but they are still a man up on the Navi side. Not for long. Oh, take it back. Hello to the Krieg is Simple. Cleanly takes NAVI's head off of the shoulders, and Shiro and Hobbit to pull this back to try and close this game. Otherwise, we've got more rounds, and what a map between these two teams. I would happily accept more rounds as Simple looks like he's going to deliver those to us all on Shiro. AWP bomb still ticking, and he'll go for it, but it's going to have to be something amazing. It's going to have to be something more than memorable to win this game, and they're not going to peek. They're not going to make this easy for him. He's got to give up the gig as he gets so much noise, and 15-15, we are not done.
That's a great fight from Navi to stay in this. That's great for them to come back in this game. Impressive stuff from Navi, who seemed at the end like they were just knocked out and lost. They didn't seem to have an idea. They didn't have to burn all their timeouts to get to overtime, though, using all 4 down the stretch. But money issues no longer there for either side. There's been a back and forth. There's been some rounds with some weaker weaponry. And oh, that team kill with the nade. Unfortunate. Just barely missed the window frame.
So started off, worth noting, it's 10K MR3, not 16K. So there is economic impact on NAVI. Nearly had a clean shot and got flashed. Didn't know what else was around the corner, so didn't commit to it. Now he'll back off on middle because he has to.
Oh!
It's been revealed that not only that, it's a fast play from Navi. They want to go toward A, and Boomich somehow, despite taking a bullet in the face, is able to lock his aim directly back onto Hobbit, as Axile will get him down at least with a nade. The damage significant enough to allow the utility to finish.
They forgot the bomb, Matt. The bomb's in T-spawn.
I was about to say, that's not anywhere near the fast play.
Oh, boy. And if we've seen anything out of these two teams, or definitely out of Gambit, oh, wow, he actually jumped up on the box for that fight. I was going to say, they like to chill just in case there's a fake or just in case there's a reposition to the other bomb site. But Gambit right now being real duel heavy as they flash themselves back in. Exile's got 3 on the round, and Perfecto is all alone to fall last. 16-15 for Gambit.
Gambit again in the leads. Oh, that's unfortunate. Bombs there. They might be able to get a plant. As soon as it falls into a 3-on-3, they have the time, and you can see it right now. Finally, they get it in position, but Axile still alive back towards CT, and Gambit with the advantage again on the CT side. T-round is going to be the all-decisive round for Navi. No pistol round to get momentum for either team, as we've seen that be a factor throughout this series. Conversions have certainly been happening, but Boomich is going to throw a smoke. NAVI knows he's there. It's just a question of whether or not he wants to peek out and try and get the kill, because now he knows there's two. Bit makes some noise. He can't commit to it. So frustrating, so antagonizingly close. But nothing can be done of it, and he has to concede and fall away as the smoke goes down at his feet. Look at that X-ray position. 3 players waiting to come in from Palace, so this is a 3-2 split on A, and they're just gonna walk in. They've got the call that there's a player distracted and busy. Simple's got NAVI down. That's the opening from Connector, but they need to be aware that Inters is still at jungle, and he's able to get one, but Boomich finally emerges from the window. Is it too little too late? Simple was taken back as well, and Hobbit had 2 kills that had a lot to do with that as Boomich gets taken out. Shiro smartly falls back outside towards CT spawn, and the second AWP is going to give a second round in overtime to Gambit.
Man, Navi really wanted to force that connector or window player to fall back into Simple's crosshair. He was posted up from Palace for a long time, waiting for somebody to just wander in. Maybe forget the element of danger from that angle due to the Molotovs and nades coming at him, but it never happened. That left him with the hulls bust, and it gets shut down, even with good support from Simple. Navi on the verge of going 0-3 in this first overtime, or Gambit on the verge of going 3-0, whichever way you want to look at it. NAVI gonna Molotov the top mid boxes, make sure nobody can hide their safely. Run boost is abandoned by Simple and Boomich, and now they're gonna head back into it. Here we go, there's the jump across.
Nade to the boxes, knowing that they're likely there. Boomich will take the damage from it. Shiro even peeked quickly to see if there was a chance he could spot anyone, but he's even considering the underpass. And rightfully so, as Bit is in that position. We said it, that 10K, it's so damning in overtime. 1 overtime on map 3 to determine who will go through to the upper bracket final, bypass the lower bracket best of 3 before a best of 5, and also have a map in hand. There's a lot to play for. Hobbit's going to get Boomich down. Perfecto at least getting one open up from Navi. Shiro's going to follow up Simple again. Despite that he's won the duel so many times between the two of them, is losing it now that we are into the extra innings. Exile finds Electronic as well. There's no access from Palace. Bombs at the top of Connector. Hobbit has that down, and Perfecto left on 28. It's a clean sweep of the first half of overtime by Gambit, and now 3 map points.
Yeah, they had 1 chance in regulation. Now to give him 3 is a really dangerous prospect. Navi's gonna have to buckle in. Here we go. This is tough. These are really good fights. Navi couldn't make any progress. Everywhere they went, every move they made, someone from Gambit was there to meet him, there to challenge him for the space. Exile's really climbed up this scoreboard with the quickness. So is Hobbit. Actually, it's Shiro. This Gambit team all came alive. Where at halftime we were saying it felt a lot like a one-man show. NAVI was like 9 kills above his closest teammate. Everyone else has joined him. The fragging power of Gambit has arrived, and that does not bode well.
It's not like Navi has a discrepancy either, though. Everyone's contributing on that side, but you're right. NAVI did so much to hold Gambit in this game, and now everyone is here as well. Cavalry's arrives and Simple waiting toward B. Looking for his 20th kill in the game. Time to go off, Simple. Fires between the two of them. Needs to be careful. Double Molotov down. Damage can stack from those flames, but the smoke goes down on top of them instead. He'll fall away and try and get toward the van, but NAVI and Exile have already opened it up. Simple well blind gets 1, but only 1. Exile gets in behind. Man, oh man, this kid's good when he looks for the entries on the double kills, as Electronic will take back Shiro. At least some salvation, but it is all on Boomich. Oh my, the map on the man's shoulders. Kits to play with, but he's got to be so quick. He denies the bomb plant. That's something. Smoking himself off, but not enough time. Exile fittingly closes it out, and Gambit will go through to the upper bracket final.
Yeah, quad kill for Exile in that round, and he was able to come in and get a lot of entries, and Simple's got to be wondering where his teammates went. They had a perfect setup in the final round. Simple with the op on platform. Bit and Perfecto towards Catwalk to help defend and keep some space. It all collapses. What a great game from Gambit. They looked a little bit flustered at times, but every time Navi gained a lead, they came roaring back. That was fantastic stuff out of Gambit.
Very good game. Very, very good game. And that's the most goosebumps I've had watching a CS match in a while. I want them on LAN, but we are going to get closer to LANs. That's what this is about. RMRs, this is about a major, let alone just LANs, but you're right. As things are also getting underway over at ESL or IEM Cologne. Those lands are getting closer. Getting closer. With that said, if we have a land, Duncan, I want to kiss you on the mouth.
Oh boy.